Greetings. This is ERi-TV News broadcast live from our headquarters in Asmara. It's 10:30 p.m. Monday, November 22nd. I'm the reporter Mira Johannes with your daily updates, and here's a rundown of the top stories for tonight's English news segment. Announcement from the Ministry of Health. Vocational training to youth in southern region. Hundred most polluted cities. China ASEAN summit begins without a Myanmar representative. And now we proceed to the details for the local news. We have an announcement from the Ministry of Health. 13 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19, and tests is carried out today at quarantine centers and testing stations in the central, southern, and Ansaba regions. Out of these, 11 patients are from a quarantine center 1 and testing stations in Tiravolo 2, Agria 2, Arbaat Asmara 1, Godaif 1, Sembel 1, Satanto 1, Paraduba 1, and Indabonda 1, Central Region. 1 patient is from a testing station in Dubarwa, Southern Region. The last patient is from a testing station in Karan, Ansaba Region. On the other hand, 3 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in hospitals in Central Region have fully recovered and have been discharged from these facilities. Sadly, a 64-year-old patient from the Central Region has passed away due to the pandemic. The total number of recovered patients has accordingly increased to 6,965, while the number of deaths has risen to 55. The total number of confirmed cases in the country to date has increased to 7,188. Ministry of Health, Asmara, November 22, 2021. Vocational training was provided to 271 youth in Mendefra and Maimene subzones in the southern region. The training program that was provided to 246 youth, including 154 females in Mendefra subzone for over 3 months, included beauty salon, still and video camera shooting, computer technology, dish installation, as well as electric expansion. At the graduation ceremony conducted on the 15th of November, the head of National Union of Eritrean Youth and Students branch in the southern region, Mr. Girmay Gabru, stating that several beneficiary youth have been able to improve their socio-economic livelihood as a result of the trainings being provided in the region, called on the trainees to transform their lives by upgrading the knowledge they gained through practice. Similarly, training on leadership and administration was provided to 25 youth in Maimene subzone. Underlining the significance of the training, the administrator of Maimene subzone, Lieutenant Colonel Abraham Haile, indicated that organization of similar trainings will be reinforced. The Ministry of Agriculture branch in Nafa subzone reported that crops in the subzone are in good condition. According to Mr. Mohammed Saleh Mohammed Ali, head of the branch office, with the ample distribution of rainfall in the subzone, about 2,245 hectares of land have been cultivated with various crops and ripe for harvest. Mr. Mohammed Saleh also called on the farmers to conduct routine follow-up on the condition of their crops until harvest. The farmers on their part expressed that they are conducting continuous follow-up on their crops. In the same vein, the locust that was detected in Hakka subzone has been confirmed by the Ministry of Agriculture branch that it is not a migrating type of locust, and the residents are conducting encouraging activity to put it under control. Stay with us. We'll be back with the international news after this short break. Welcome back. Out of the world's 100 most polluted cities, 94 are in India, China, and Pakistan. Authorities in India's capital, New Delhi, were forced to shut schools last week as it got so bad for the 20 million residents. New Delhi's concentration of PM2.5 particles, which damage people's lungs, is 34 times the World Health Organization's acceptable levels. 15 of the 20 most polluted cities are in India, mostly in the north. Vehicle emissions, industry and burning rubbish also contribute to high levels of PM2.5 and other pollutants. According to the WHO, in 2019, 1.67 million deaths in India were caused by air pollution, while replacing solid fuels with alternatives has lowered deaths linked to household air pollution since 1990. Deaths related to ambient PMs have increased. According to the some 7 million people die annually as a result of air pollution. More than 90% of the world's population lives in areas where air pollution exceeds WHO limits. Air pollution is linked to a number of illnesses including asthma, diabetes, and heart disease. China is meeting with leaders from the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, for a yearly summit amid reports that member states rebuffed Beijing's request to include Myanmar's top general. The virtual summit, hosted by Chinese President Xi Jinping, began today without a representative from Myanmar. This is the second time in a month that ASEAN has excluded Myanmar's commander-in-chief Min Aung Hlaing from a regional summit. According to Reuters, it was Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, and Brunei that rejected China's bid to include Min Aung Hlaing in today's China-ASEAN summit. An Indonesian diplomat told the news agency its stance was not that only a non-political figure should represent Myanmar at ASEAN summits. A subsequent internal conflict has caused instability, which has endangered Chinese business interests, sparked a surge of COVID-19 cases, and reignited old civil wars in border region. An SUV drove through a Christmas parade in Waukesha, Wisconsin, killing 5 and injuring more than 40 people. The incident occurred at around 4:30 p.m. on Sunday in Waukesha, about 32 kilometers or 20 miles west of Milwaukee. Waukesha Mayor Sean Riley told reporters the city had faced horror and tragedy in what should have been a community celebration. Riley also added that he's deeply saddened to know that so many in his community went to the parade but ended up dealing with injury and heartache. Following is a recap of tonight's major headlines. Announcement from the Ministry of Health. Vocational training to youth in Southern region. The 100 most polluted cities. China-ASEAN summit begins without a Myanmar representative. That's all from us for now. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.